Okay.
Hey. Good morning.
And welcome to Coffee and Conversations.
Welcome.
Wake up and make today count.
Come on now. Are y'all woke from yesterday?
Not are y'all woke.
How many of y'all stayed home? Y'all couldn't make it, or was everybody good after that Super Bowl? Super Bowl Sunday, the long-awaited event, right? Finally came and went. So you know we got to talk about it. Y'all already know we're going to be talking about this Super Bowl, honey. Did y'all watch that Super Bowl? I know some of y'all watched that Super Bowl. It was good. It was a good game. I knew it was going to be a close game. I was going for Philly.
Yeah, I was going for Philly.
The quarterback name is Jalen. My baby name is Jalen.
That's all the mama needs. That's all the mama needs.
I'm like, come on, Jalen.
That's all the mama needs to decide who they rooting for, honey. Something as simple as.
And then I was like, it's his first time. My homie done been there. So let's give old boy a chance. Come on, Jay. Gave him a nickname and everything, Jay. So yeah, it was a good game. Of course, I knew it was going to be a close game. So, but they pulled it out. KC pulled it out. So that was good. So yeah. Did y'all enjoy the game? Did y'all enjoy? We're gonna talk about that halftime, honey. It was good. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little like, come on, Reed. But I understood why now. She was a little. She like, I ain't got
that's why I knew she was pregnant, because I said, wait a minute.
Yeah, with the energy.
She ain't giving all the same moves, and you can see that pop belly. And let me tell you, I'm celebrating all these young, these stars that had them babies. Y'all watching Kardashians do everything else, but did you notice that they having babies?
Have them babies, and don't be waiting too far in between, because I'm telling you. Be with them babies, okay? So, it is.
She already has one. I think her.
How old is the baby?
Me and my boo was not rich, and we had 5. So trust me, these people out here who got more than enough should definitely be, operating on that legacy part, right? Because what are you working for if not to leave to your children and for really your children, your legacy, right? You're supposed to equip them to be able to keep the dream going. So with that being said, I'm shout out to our Riri. Riri. Shout out to Riri having her second.
Yes, come on, right? She said, okay, I'm having kids. This is my time to have kids.
Okay, now.
That's good, ain't it? And depending on how much you put in. So,
yeah, I'm gonna drop a little bit more on it when it gets a little lower.
Yeah, we gonna enjoy our coffee this morning.
Yes. And so we talking about this is Coffee and Conversation. So welcome to Black History Month. We up in here showing up. It is Black History Month. So
yes, it is.
As everybody say, every month is Black History, but yeah. Celebrate more, support Black-owned business. I am super excited because at the end of the month, on the 25th, I'm doing a Black Wall Street, and so I will be doing an event. So y'all shall see me getting my clothes together over this next week. I'm gonna be more organized. My work for this year is to operate in structure, making plans. So I have plans. But a lot of times I don't have deadlines, right? I have plans and no deadlines. How many people got plans and no deadlines? That's a dream that you never wake up from. Okay? Just in case you're wondering, what is a plan with no deadline? A dream you've never put into action. You never got started on. So
you don't have a deadline.
Right. Because without a deadline, it's whatever. It's
whenever.
It's really a fantasy, right? And so it becomes a reality when you create a plan to accompany and
give it a
complement, the dream. So my dream is to buy a house. So the plan is to make sure my credit is in order, find out what I would get approved for, figure out what my payments would be. Can I do it on one income, or do me and my spouse income matters? If it do, take a note out of Nicole and I'm booking many people who have to make sure your whatever you paying, one income can cover it. That way, in case of emergency, guess what? We are still covered. So but those are planning with the dream. So it's not enough to have a vision board with a house on there. If you have no action plans, you have no job, you have no business, you have no plans whatsoever, but just, I want a house. You gotta take it off the paper and make it a reality by putting action steps in place. So
really
deadline, Mm-hmm. So you have to decide, even on, that's what I got to do with people who got vision boards. I have a vision board. Mine's is 10 years old, almost, 11 years old. Mm-hmm. I have 3 things on it. It was 16 things on my vision board. There's only 3 things left in this time frame. So all the other stuff I put done. But what's really good is to look at, I think a vision could be a 10-year plan. It could take a decade to accomplish each goal, right? Because 365 days, let's face it, we're already in February. We're in the middle of February. Do it feel like we just said Happy New Year?
I'm telling you.
So for everybody who had a month of Mondays or months of tomorrows and you just knew it was coming, like, I feel like the older you get, the quicker time flies, because I'm just like this. We're in the middle of February.
It seemed like
after you get legal, honey, it's over for you, fam. You dream of the age where you get to run your own life.
There, and then once you get
when it comes, it's like, slow down, boo, you killing them.
Come on now.
Yeah,
you like, woo, going with the wind.
So I think it's very important to create action steps with your dreams, because then they become a reality. And my saying, you get to become your magic, abracadabra. And so the moments that you seize are the magic. And it's so when y'all get what the F is your mustard seed. I just did listen, shout out to Melissa. Is Melissa on?
Woo, Melissa.
So she brought me the hard copy. This is what my book is going to look like, but it's not going to be this big. It's going to look. It's a 6x8.
Yeah. It's gonna be a little
when she just got it printed out, so I can like really see it on paper to find those detail edits that you would probably miss, and we ain't got time to let it print and come and y'all be all judging me. Talking about, girl, what happened here with this letter? Well, I didn't look like that when I was reading. Y'all ever see those Facebook posts where they be like, can you make out? Look, can you make out what it said? And it be just letters. And it'd be like, get your Emma, and you could read it like it was words. That's what happens when you write something and it's in you, is who you are. So when you're reading over it, it's so easy to read what you know supposed to be there, opposed to what it really is on there. So when you're reading through somebody's book and you see them little stumbles, don't think they're illiterate. It's just they saw it the way they saw it. But no, seriously, and I just make that as a joke, because I was looking through the magic. I was looking through some major key books that went millions or so, and there are typos in those as well. So it's just that, we're just a human error.
No matter how many eyes too, because sometimes like your brain, like she's saying, your brain
sees
knows what it's supposed to say, and you just keep going. So.
One of the poems is, or the chapters is, what is it? The presence of doubt. Fear is the presence of doubt. When we printed it out, why did the poem? Because at the end of every chapter, I put an original poem. So why in the fear is doubt chapter did it say fear is presence of the doubt? And all of us missed that until it was on paper. And
what did it say?
It said fear is presence of the doubt, but fear is the presence of doubt. Fear is the presence of doubt, but we had it. Fear is presence of the doubt.
I probably thought you wanted to say it that way, and that's why for me it's kind of like some stuff is like, is that how you wanted to say it, or is it supposed to be the? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what it is. No, this is the beginning of the chapter. It was written right in the beginning of the chapter, but at the end, where I just had the slot for the poem to go. So in the end, I just put the slots for the poem, where I just put the title of the poem, but the poem hadn't been added yet. So we had to go back. I had to go back in to put the poem in. So, but it was written right at this chapter. It was when I went in and just put all 10 of the poems in. So they have been there all that time because I just haven't had the pens. I knew the titles because I knew the title of every poem would be the name of the chapter. Yeah. So at the end of every chapter, I created a nice little poem to kind of marry it all together.
We all felt like it made sense.
Yeah, so that's why I said it's so good to really. I suggest you print it out before if you're doing your own books and you're creating. Yes, this is a good way. Print it out so that you can look through it, so that you can find and and so it looks this nice and this big, but when it's done, it'll be this size. So when it prints out, this is the size. It'll be a 6x8. This is what I originally wrote my book in. So I'm old school. So this is my manuscript. And then I put it inside the computer. And then it goes to the next day. So it always takes me a little longer because I need the extra steps. Makes me feel comfortable. So shout out to deadlines, right? And so my deadline was January. For the end of January, but we took a little bit longer. But the mustard seed conversation was not even supposed to happen till February, so that part I knew. So I guess it ended up being a Black history love type of book. So yeah, so after today we'll put in all the last, and I only found a few things with just sizing and stuff. So everything else was good. Such a good read. I read it while doing everything yesterday and was done by 4. So I went over the whole book and all that. So let me tell you, if you're not hitting that link and you ain't pre-order your book, honey, you'll just be in it on the end of the train. That's okay. Because it's coming out and it's gonna be available to everybody. And this will be our effing conversation for the rest of this year. What the F is
for the rest of your life.
Listen.
For the rest of your life.
Well, I'm going to get it in you this year.
Constantly be
then I'll be on to the next project. But this year, as we are living in the year of the 7, the Sabbath, bathing away your saboteur, I think God gave it to me for such a year like this. So it will definitely go on and on and on, being one of the books that really make a difference in how we see ourselves for sure.
Of a lifetime.
But yes, but right now we're just going to focus on this year for me.
Right, well, her deadlines, having deadlines.
So I have a podcast. So as it comes out, I'm actually told Melissa that as I was looking through it, I'm going to leave in the very beginning where there are forewords from everybody. I have like 3 forewords. And that one of the forewords, the last foreword I want to be in the beginning of the page will be a blank page and it would say your foreword. So after you read it, you don't have to send it to me. You can if you want to. You can email me your forward if you want to. That would be nice for me to create a nice little how the book infected you so that it affects the way you show up. I would love that, but you don't have to tell me. I need you to tell yourself. And so I just decided yesterday that I wanted to leave a blank page for the readers forward, for they can forward to themselves what the F is their mustard seed and how they, how the story moved the way they think now. So
for somebody else to know, to be anxious and prepared for what they're about to be experiencing with the book.
Yeah. And no, for themselves. I don't want them to give it to nobody. Everybody should have their own book. So I'm saying that when you're having those moments, this is your book. That's why I'm making it so little, because you can put it in your pocketbook.
Okay.
But when you're having that moment when you're feeling paralyzed and you have to ask yourself, what the F am I doing here?
Oh, okay, for them.
Yeah. So you go back and you remind yourself what the F is your mustard seed and how, because once you finish reading something, you be like this. You ready. That's why it's always good. Like millionaires said, they read a book a day or you read so because it keeps you stimulated and in action for your attraction. Because once you get that information, knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is transformation. And so if I can understand how I want to apply it, because when I was fresh and stuff on it, yes. So now when I'm going through those things, it's like I go back in my book and remember what I wrote to myself. So this is one of those things. How do you feel about your mustard seed now? And what does it represent in your life? So that was a quick throw because I was just so excited because that's how my Sunday went. But we came, and that was before I left for Super Bowl. So I got my work done. Got my stuff finished so that, because I knew we was going out. Shout out to Rel and Sheena. They hosted us yesterday. They had a nice Super Bowl party. I spent the second half of the game sleeping on the couch, honey. My dad had Chef Ron had to wake me up on the way out the door. I was knocked out.
Oh Lord, you was knocked out. He had to wake
Sleep.
you.
You want to go night?
I did
Sleep.
kind of doze off a little bit on the couch, but the game was close anyway, so I
It was
saw
after
what
the
was going
halftime.
on.
I saw Rihanna's
Right.
show.
So I was like, okay.
Now, what was you thinking about Rihanna's show? I thought it was super cute.
Now, for
And
me, I
comfortable.
guess I was expecting so much.
Yeah,
I had
same.
an expectation of so much, so I was just sitting there like waiting for her to come with it. But then when I was looking at her stomach, I was like, she ain't lose her baby bump. My mind was saying, oh, I know she just had the baby. So I was just thinking she didn't lose her baby bump. And,
Yeah.
she's a mom. I was like, oh, this is the mama Rihanna. Like, she's a mom now. So she's not so,
Yeah.
she's more laid back. And, in the pre-interview, she kept saying about being a mom. So, it affects people differently. And
Yeah.
they start being a little different. So I was like, okay, we got the mama Rihanna right now.
She has some.
So it was kind of like, it was nothing of disappointment. It was just like I was waiting for somebody to come out and give it some oomph to it or something. But then I was like, okay. It was just, I think I had more of an expectation of what it was, but overall I thought it was good. It was good. And then I was like, okay, she just, she like, it's my time to shine. I ain't got to bring nobody out. I am the prize. I am the, you know what I mean? It's not about, I got so much, So, but I think overall it was good. It was good. So, yeah, that was my take on it. I don't know why I thought it was gonna be longer. Or maybe
What, the halftime show?
Yeah.
I don't listen.
I
I definitely see the halftime. I went to sleep after.
yeah. Or maybe because from last year it was different performers, so I'm thinking it was longer.
And you know what? I think that's what was going on, because who was Mr. Hooper? Rose Daddy kept on saying, is she gonna perform by herself? Nobody else is coming out?
Well, she came out with somebody that they embellished. So that was the other person.
Yeah.
That's what and
but a lot of times they do their halftime show when they do, they add their collabs and stuff like
I
that.
thought maybe Jay-Z, when she sung
juicy.
Umbrella or something, Jay-Z was going to come popping out somewhere. I was like, okay, maybe the one person. I was like, maybe they going to come out before her concert or something and give somebody a sneak peek. I was like, no, okay, well, cool.
Nope. Okay.
I was like, this was nice.
Better luck next time. Okay.
Ain't no luck next time, honey. Riri said, listen, I ain't been on stage in some years and I got a shocker for y'all. Anyway.
No, that's why I said everybody would be so excited because she has an authentic
and she's such a
fan
nice
group. And like I said, because she hasn't performed in so long, it was just gonna be like an old school concert. So if you are a fan, you don't need her to be with nobody else. You want to get those few minutes of her because she has been incognito, and so I guess in that perspective, it was very calm.
Music thing like front stage like that.
And I know everybody does this new belly reveal. The Beyonce. I saw Akila. No, I say Akila in the B. That is not her real name. What is old girl name? Her name is not Akila in the B.
The act.
I love her.
She is that's pregnant now.
Yes.
Akila.
She did her reveal on what is it?
What's her name? I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about. We got these phones. We gotta just use them, huh?
Y'all, who she talking about? Who on here live with us? Join our conversation. Who she talking about? Who's the?
I'm sharing it out now. Everybody is at work or sleeping in this morning.
She was on the talk show, the morning talk show too.
Yeah, I can't remember her name, but yes, that part.
But yeah, she did a reveal. How she revealed her pregnancy?
She was on Saturday Night Live. Is it what they call it, Saturday Night Live? And she did the community, and she came out and was like, everybody been saying, all the tabloids been talking about I'm pregnant and putting it out here, and then she opened up a thing, and I am.
Oh, okay.
She's so funny though. Her name is on the tip of my tongue. Let me finish sharing this thing out a little bit.
And I could see her face.
Because we were definitely super.
I could see her face.
Oh, yeah. But, everybody can see her face. Y'all know who I'm talking about. When I say Akila in the B, y'all know. There's only one champion of the spelling bee. in the black community, and that's
with her
Akila.
glasses on.
That is Akila and Abaya. Okay, so we already know who's our speller.
That part right there.
Such a good
But
movie.
anyway,
One of the greatest.
Yeah, and then Cardi B did her reveal at the awards, right?
Yeah.
When she came out with Migos.
It's definitely a trend. It is definitely a trend.
I mean, you gotta have some suspense. Like, leave it up. Like, that's a great surprise.
And they don't get much of it because everybody's always in their daggone business. They can't even,
can't keep.
They can't even surprise you with their truth because you already all up in their business. So yeah. So I thought
everything.
So I thought that was a cute way for us to see that Rihanna child is gonna get a sibling or a brother, a sister or a brother. So
yeah,
kudos to getting
but I think
for
the
the
way
babies.
she did it was, now that I'm thinking about it, I think it was sexy.
It was very
grown.
sexy.
It was very ladylike.
Yes,
so
it was.
I feel now that I'm looking at it from another angle of not being in suspense and knowing.
Yeah.
It was
morning, Nicole.
Yeah. Hey, Nicole. Good morning, Queen.
I knew I was gonna find y'all out there hiding. Where y'all was hiding at?
Look, y'all know every morning, 8:30 to 9:30.
Well, it was 8:40. 8:40. It was 8:40 today. That's probably why everybody
I guess they ain't on today.
They not coming today. Must not be coming today.
They might not be on today, but yeah, girl, we talking about just your weekend, Super Bowl. How did you like the game, the halftime Riri surprise, the new baby bump? So excited for her.
If you watched the game.
Did you watch the game? Mm-hmm. Right. Did you watch it? So, great conversation. Like you saying, have them babies. Once you start having babies, if you know you want more kids, start having them.
Good morning, Melissa. Oh, she just found us too. I knew you guys was missing somewhere.
Good morning.
We wasn't getting all of that talk. We over here talking to each other. Where y'all at?
I know, right? We seen the numbers in there, but
we can't see who you are
if you don't comment. So of course we in a conversation, honey. So did you watch the Super Bowl, Melissa or Nicole? Did y'all happen to catch it? Halftime, the game. Who was y'all rooting for on the game? So.
Well, listen, I rooted for the Eagles just because. Shout out to Bro, honey, is an Eagles fan, big time. And I had no team, but I was so good, honey. Anytime you tell me that, I'm like, okay, so it was the two black quarterbacks playing against each other. So for me, anybody could have won. I always like good stuff like that. Good, I like a headline. Is it a headline that I'm talking about? I like a good headline though. So either way, it was a win-win for me. And I'm gonna be honest, coming from New York, I never did Super Bowl. How about you? Never.
I ain't do football and stuff till I got here.
I was into
basketball,
queen,
but
for my high school and everything, and they had a whole team. When I won, the only game I ever went to was the homecoming football game that I had to go. They had a little parade, and they actually had, and it was in Queens, so they had like a little drop top, old school car at the school because it was Springfield, so it was a borderline Long Island and Queens, and so I guess they get this car and I didn't even know all that stuff happened. When I showed up, I had to ride the daggone thing and come back, and that was the only time I went to a football game. In the whole time I was in school in New York, all of that. So it's such a different experience.
Now, that's what I'm saying. It's a different experience because, from me coming from Brooklyn now, I ain't played sports and all of that. No, especially in school. I know they always had the basketball team and all that. But then when I moved to New Jersey, when I went to school in Jersey City at St. Anthony's, we had our basketball team was on the map with St. Anthony's, and I was kind of talking to the guy who was the man of the basketball team. But I was also talking to the guy who was the head of another school on the football team. It was a different world for me. And then I was from Brooklyn. So they was all like, everybody wanted me to share they locker, all the guys wanted. So you came with that new
juice.
Yeah.
Share that fresh juice,
was
y'all.
on me, so I was dating a guy from the basketball team on our school, the guy from the football team at another school, and my dad was just like,
honey. I know he wasn't, honey. Only men could do this.
Yeah, so we would go to old dudes football games.
Nachi was going to both of the games and he was taking you. I'm so done.
Well, I ain't drive.
He tried to no. That's I'm talking about. He your dad to my honey. I'm gonna drop you off for honey.
Don't talk about we both went to the.
Yeah,
he dropping me off. We went to the
game.
Yeah, so yeah, so that's when
that's so funny.
The experience of sports, like
you went all the way to the top of the sports, all the captains.
So I was involved.
That's a fun way to go in.
And I was a cheerleader. So yeah, I forgot. I was a cheerleader too. So I was the cheerleader for him. Like, you know, they give the cheerleader each of their people when you start representing them.
Okay.
So I was the person for the guy that I was kind of talking with at my team on the basketball team. So it was crazy. Remember? So that's how
I remember going to Kia graduation. I'm 3 years younger than her, and I go for her high school graduation. I go and I'm like, girl, I know you had all these cute black boys out here in Jersey.
In a Catholic school, honey.
In a Catholic school, she was crying. Oh, you remember the year that you were so sad because you moved to thing, and your daddy threw that surprise party, and we
God,
and that was all crying when she came to the door. She was so sad.
Took me out of my high school that I knew that I was going in my senior year. He took me out of my high school in my senior year to move me.
I remember
all the way to go to a Catholic school. Okay, now I don't know none of these people. I gotta wear a uniform in my senior year. I'm like, what we doing?
What we doing here?
But it was the best. I cried. I was leaving my best cousin. Everybody, like, I knew, like, and I had to start over with new people, new friends. And I was like, when I'm gonna get to see them? I was so sad, y'all. I was a sad puppy, okay? I was miserable, but it got better, and my dad knew how miserable I was, and it was my birthday. What was it?
Yeah, it was your birthday, and that's so crazy because you probably started the year off because in New York it's like September. We go Jersey, New York. We go after what is it? Labor Day. After Labor Day, school starts. So she started in like September, and Kia's birthday is beginning of November. So we all like, and it's so many of us because, you know, we got mad cousins. It's mad of us. But Uncle Alvin had planned it, and we all came in, and you was out somewhere. And we all was at the house.
Had my test, the SAT.
Something
that I had to go out in the morning to take this test.
And while you was
going.
And
when I was gone and I came back, and you know, I'm like, okay, came back. Child, opened up that door.
When kids got surprise parties, that was so good. Bad. And that was, you know, when parents actually pay attention to you, right? And then I would start coming out more. And so, you know, we fixed it. And then she was graduating. Like, you graduate. It was like, but you had the best experience, though. Yeah, so sometimes it's hard to move. But my God, that's all in this book right here, honey. I gave a whole testimony about me relocating and how that first thing is hard, but man, you can always go back. But you can never create that experience again. So let me see. Nicole was saying it was a good game. I went for the Eagles too. I'm a Steelers nation too. Let me tell you something. That's gonna be S's and her family because her boo is Steelers, honey.
Okay.
And so yeah, you're gonna have you a whole little team of people over there. Still happy for the Chiefs. Yeah, that's what I said. It was a win-win on yesterday for me. I wasn't invested too much, so that's why it's a win-win. Yeah. Melissa says the Rihanna concert was the shit. OMG, one of the best halftime shows of all time. I was rooting for Philly, and Nate was going for the Chiefs. I feel like everyone won, though, because Rihanna showed up in full force, top-notch, high-class, diva right there. Yes, honey. And with a whole new surprise. She got a baby booming in there. So
diva that,
yeah, so yeah. I realized, I was like, that is definitely a stomach because she is definitely dancing like she's got a baby on board. So I love that. I was like,
you know, in that first trimester, you gotta be careful and you can't be doing too much.
Nicole is cracking up.
So
I actually cried, watch her perform. It was that good. but y'all know I'm a waterhead. Not Melissa was over
Oh
there.
my God, Melissa, you was crying.
She was,
for
is that baby.
real?
She saw that baby had an emotional.
Yeah.
P, are you coming over this show to finish the final book format? Probably. I'm gonna tell you after I finish. Depends on what Chef Ron got going on.
Honey. Yes.
But
Melissa
yes.
said she was over there crying.
Crying.
Oh, baby.
That's why I was just showing them, Melissa, in the earlier that the book. I have a hard copy. This is going to be the size though that everybody else who ordered the hard copy. If you got it in the ebook style, it's going to be very colorful because we could play with the colors still in that digital thing. So you have some nice colors inside. I'm even thinking about putting one update in there. But yes, so super excited. But yes, Melissa, I will probably be coming to you. Probably get Chef Ron to run inside of Sam's, and then I can get this last few things down because it's so minimal. When I say everybody caught it, but I know Melissa had read over it 3 times before she even printed it and gave it. So it is just like awesome, such an easy read. So yes, we will definitely be meeting up today.
Oh yeah. So on another note too, I was trying to see how was everybody's weekend because we had a good, fun weekend as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, Saturday I started the weekend off with a home buyer seminar. I was a part of a home buyer seminar.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, people are still buying houses. Don't worry about inflation. Don't worry about interest rates. Buy your house. I always tell people, if you are in the home buying arena and the sooner,
I read the book 5 times.
The sooner, the better.
Such an easy read.
So
she was like, girl, I've read the book 5 times because she edited.
Oh, yes.
I said, listen, I did 5 different things yesterday and kept on running back to it. I felt like I was reading somebody else's book. I was just like, thank you, God. Just thank you for using me. Thank you for using me because God knows I always need my own books. Like when I did 365 a year, is my book. Yeah, it came through me. I always say, but it don't belong to me. As God whispers, I write it down. And even like releasing certain things that I've held on to for so many years, purging it in the story. Because I've done, affirmation books and I've done book of poetry, which really, even my poems, 95% of my poems are about other people, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like their energy falls on me and all of a sudden this poem came. And I always tell the person who's it dedicated for, but it ends up being one of the most, like Tears Are Answers. That was a dedicated
because a lot of
lost in the time.
Resonate with it. You know what
I mean? So I write
like,
it for one person and it is like, oh, it's my anthem. The Tears Are Answers became a woman's anthem. And then when I started going to Atlanta and different places and speaking it, the men were like, oh my God, I need that poem. So I thought it was a woman's poem, but everybody is trying to love themselves so that you can learn how to love them. So it wasn't I wrote it because I was in contact with a female who was going through some stuff and their energy fell on me. And it was like, okay. So like I said, so all of my books have always been, me using my gift. This one was more of my gift, my poetry, but a lot of my experience of how I had to activate my faith instead of fear, how I had to let go to become, to get the success of family and love after dealing with the things that I dealt with as a kid. And, and so a lot of us are kids that grew up holding on to the same pain, shame, and blame.
Adults still in kids.
Yeah. We are kids in the inside is what I mean.
Because we're still trapped in the traumas and stuff of what happened when we were kids. Now we're grown adults, but we are still trapped in the trauma of things that happened when we were kids. I.e. why we're so afraid to take the new chances, the new steps, right? To change our belief system, which is why God says to renew your mind daily, because he needed you to experience that, but he needed you to take that experience and add it to your new way of thinking. And now that's the cheat sheet for your test. Yeah. And so we're not cheating on the test of life because yesterday is the proof that you are pre-qualified for today. And we're so afraid that it's going to be a
a do-over instead of being faithful that we have the freedom after insight to higher self. So as long as I make sure I put myself in position for the things that I want by creating plans, trusting the process, and doing the work, I can arrive wherever I want. But the job is to be able to allow that rerouting of your life to matter. Like, sometimes you got to be rerouted, but you're never supposed to stop going toward your destiny.
And don't stay stuck. Just reroute yourself versus sitting there trying to and make a decision. Decide.
Nicole said, good info, Kia. Those rates look scary.
Yeah, they look scary, but so is life. So that's what I was basically, telling people, like, go get your house. If that's what you want, you got to get serious and go get your house. Like, and I did the credit piece.
Or prepare to get your house. Sometimes we want what we want when we want it, and it may not be the right time. So just because you want it now doesn't mean that because then you get it and then you go back to God like, oh, it's too high. Make sure that it fits within your reality. Now, it's one thing to dream.
You gotta make that payment.
So don't just go get it because you want it. Prepare to put yourself in position to once you get it, you don't lose it because you're not trying to jump in it before your time. Something that's called quicksand. So don't just go get it because, it's what I want. Get it because your life is in alignment with what you want right now, and you've done the work. So don't get it. And people, like, a lot of people got it 2 years ago, and the numbers of people getting put out right now is high. So don't just get it because it's a setup. Make sure that the math is mathing, that you ain't in over your head, that you're not trying to keep up with the Joneses, that it is actually going to operate. Don't go get a foreclosure then and fix that sucker up. Don't put yourself in a world where it got to be complete, honey. You can fix it up the way you want to fix it up. Just make sure that it's in alignment with who and what you have right now so that it doesn't become, God, just no. The responsibility is still yours to know what it requires and what it takes. So don't just be doing it because you can. Make sure that
and with the plan and that's with your payment as well.
That
because
part,
you will get approved. Make sure you get approved first, but you got to get approved for a payment. But just because you get approved for this amount doesn't mean you have to go find a house that amount. You can find one way less than that if you can. Yeah. And when you come to being so picky, sometimes you gotta,
Yep.
negotiate that thing.
Hey, pumpkin.
And have your needs and
you better say it. Yup, that part. Think long term and not short term. Period.
Yep.
Period. So everybody like, and you jumping in, and then 2 years later you losing it. They losing. They getting y'all. So like Kia speaking facts. That part.
Because the amount of equity, like I'm just saying, like buy sooner than later if. For sure, you're gonna want. You want to buy a house because the amount of equity these houses have right now, and as people be talking about inflation. This is the conversation I have with my mom. So every time there's a time when things are gonna go up. Like we don't have 5-cent candy no more. Those days are over. When we were younger, we had maybe 10-cent candy. Those days are over. We're in an era now where there's 50-cent candy, right? Them days is about to be over. And I just feel like this is that time where, they call it inflation and I just feel like this is the time now that we're going to have start increasing in price again. And everything goes up every year. So I just feel like this is that time where prices are going to start changing and going up. Now, real estate and equity is always going to increase. Does it have a dip? Yeah, sometimes it does, but I guarantee you it's only going to keep going up. That's a guarantee, right? So that's the only reason why.
Until the markets crash, because it does go up, and then they crash because, like she said, these new housing prices will have you upside down because they was up and then they went back down, and you had your money
back up.
Yeah.
It's like
That's
the
what I
stock
said.
market.
Yeah, that's why you got to be
It's
able
like
to
the
keep it.
stock
Otherwise,
market.
it is going to not work
The
out.
question is,
yeah.
what are you wanting to do with the
with
house?
the house. That
Are
part.
you trying
Don't try
to
to flip
buy
it right
for
now.
2 years to flip it?
Don't do
And
that
now
right
you're in
now.
that huckabuck because
That's
the
not
prices
value.
went down. But
Yep.
it's like the stock market sometimes.
Yep.
Sometimes you just gotta hold,
Mhm.
know when to hold them, know when to fold them,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
Some people came and got their house, got some great equity, gone.
Gone.
Now they got good money.
Yeah.
Now some people holding on and it might dip, it might go back up. But I guarantee you me, by the time our kids are another maybe 10 years, 5-7 years, the price is gonna be right back up high.
Yeah,
because there's so many people moving here and prices is just gonna go high.
And which leads to the point that it is more of a like buying, keeping long term opposed to flipping. The flipping right now won't be essential. It's not worth the turnaround. But literally building a portfolio, if you have the resources and the thing, now is the time for that.
And new houses, people are making stupid money. They buying these houses and
For
flipping them
cheap.
2 months later for 20, 30, 50,000 more.
Yeah. That's why I said that quick. They were saying that quick thing. The real investors are not flipping them. They are, because you want the long term. The long term is where it is because they're not creating the long. Yeah.
Because are we in a buyer's market or a seller's market? Like, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're in a buyers, not sellers, is what they're saying. We in the South playing New York house. That is it. We in the South playing New York house prices and still getting down south pay. The math is off. The math is not mathing.
Yeah, and
that's because a lot of them investors came over when it was they were speaking on that.
The new norm because this is how it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Because people are moving out, migration, right? The South is moving further south, the North is moving here. And so they still getting the deal. So while we still if you in the South and you still complaining, it's like get with the times. Figure it out. Because they're not making no affordable housing. We keep screaming that, but at the end of the day, it ain't gonna happen.
No, it's not even affordable. It's where you are. The thing is, everybody wants to be a big city till you become it. That's the price.
And they making it a big city
because the bankings are here. So everybody is shifting at the beginning of the pandemic. The reason why people who were selling their houses, getting money, it was taking them forever for the regular everyday workers to be able to come in and get a place because they were being outbidded by investors, right? And so the investors was coming down from New York, a lot of them from the Wall Street, right? Buying up the land, creating. Now, if you notice now, most things are going up. You see apartment complexes. You're going back to that.
They building up.
You know why? Because that lot is already paid for, and all those different apartments is way more money going up than it is going out. And so you'll see the mindset of big cities infiltrating because they see prime real estate, right? So all these trees right now is prime real estate for the visionary. And so those visionaries come in, they put that bottom dollar, they collaborate, so if 10 of us got together, we could buy a block, but it will require 10 people getting together. They get together as investors. Then they come in and they build in that place and then they sell it back to you. Or sometimes they keep it because these complexes are now becoming their own little entities. And the rent for the complex, it's the same rent for a house. It is ridiculous.
If not more.
There are no rules that they are putting in place to save the regular worker. They don't care.
Yeah, they
don't care. They're letting them buy out all their houses.
That's whoever needs the housing problem.
Yeah.
Because you gotta live somewhere. So either you gonna get some of this money or you gonna give me some of this money.
Yeah.
You know, because at the end of the day, you either gonna be homeless or you gonna find a way to make that payment.
Yeah. And most of them are homeless under the bridge because some people just can't find a way. It sounds nice, but if you
if you have money, you just what we was talking about.
The amount of people underneath the bridge now in abandoned houses
you think
is
you got
disgusting.
$1,500 to go pay rent, and it's like where
Where?
Where we gonna pay $1,500 for rent? They want
Nowhere.
20 something, 22, 25.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
ridiculous.
woo.
When a time when everything is nobody's paying that price, the math just ain't mathing, and it's just a way to get rid of middle class. You either gonna be rich or poor, baby. With those rates, there ain't gonna be no middle, honey. It's gonna be clear cut. You either this or that.
Yeah.
What is you? So yeah, it's gonna be
The
definitely
math
definitely the time to get them vision boards in play. And do more about the how you gonna get the pictures on your thing instead of the what you want, right? And so your vision board should consist more of the work that will be required for you to get whatever you want and less of the things that you want, because that's working backwards.
Assets versus liabilities,
so
honey.
You better get your assets right before you are liable for the things that you cannot do. So yeah, the vision board should consist of what can you do to not be a part of whatever's going wrong, right? Because the rich people don't really worry. They don't worry about the stuff that everybody else is worrying about because they ain't worried. I can handle that. So because we have things set up, we have trust, we have intention, we have business plans, we in company, we got all this stuff that'll hit us on the back end if something happened. And most people are paycheck to paycheck. So it's very hard in the real world when life just changes overnight. That's why I'm having them plans and sticking to it and being honest and serious about where you're going is the best gift key. You can give yourself.
It is so key.
It is definitely key.
Just talking about that, like them days is over trying to look the part, honey. Look the part to be what? Look the part of what? I'm rich in my soul. Okay. Yeah. Just being intentional with what you're spending your money on.
Yep. Yes.
Is it an asset or a liability?
Some people might have to start getting houses together. You know how they used to do, honey.
They keep talking about them little houses. What's them little?
Yeah, but you know what I think it is because
them little houses. What's the little shared houses?
Little houses. Listen, I'm seeing more people on TikTok get buses and
RVs.
No, actually, I saw somebody take a bus, and he bought it. I think he said he bought it from a church for like $5,500 or whatever, and then took out all the seats. And the way this man fix the bus and they just be going on the road. I saw this young black girl take a van. She had a little 1-2 year old, and they show her actually redoing the whole van where she made a little bedroom. I don't even know. People are so creative. And she's been on the road, seeing the whole world with the kid, right? And so
did they stop at a Walmart to go wash up or something? And brush their teeth?
I ain't see that one. But it might be the same story. It might be the same story, but yeah, it's wow, people are just, it's just the freedom, right? It's the freedom
homeless
to do.
In the street.
Yeah.
And the elements, they'll sleep in the car and make it as homely as possible. You want to stretch your brain and get creative, listen.
Yes, and I'm living in the car, ain't living in the car no more, honey. But she was literally seeing the world, taking pictures from place to place. I said, I got my passport to get a stamp, and I'm I haven't even seen the United States of America. I've not been in maybe but 10 states in the whole of America when I actually do the math in my head. So I'm trying to get outside to go see the globe. It's I haven't even seen the United States of America. So watching a lot of them on those things, I'm wow, that is just amazing and brave and all of that stuff, because what else listen.
Girl, I'm telling you, ever been to Wyoming?
Never.
Or Idaho?
Idaho,
that part.
Been nowhere.
Kansas.
All I remember was with what's name moved to Idaho? What's your boy name? Richard Pryor?
Oh my God.
That kid did not want to go to Idaho. They did not want to go to Idaho.
God.
So I ain't getting no good thing there. Because people are being very inventive. Yes. This is a season of invention, honey, because when problems come, you'll see just how amazing and powerful a mind really is. You're going to find your way out. Oh, I think you would, Melissa. She said, I love the RV life, I think. Maybe not with the full family. I don't know if all of us in a small space would last too long, but I would love the RV life when the kids graduate. I want to see the states. I've only been along the East Coast. I'm curious what South Dakota is like. That part.
Look, be a truck driver and ride along.
And
My
ride
sister
along.
does that, right? Be
Yep.
in North Dakota, Pennsylvania,
I always listen.
Wyoming. You
I
like,
tell-
where you at now, girl?
I already told Chef Ron
Go
that
over the road in the truck, honey.
when the boys they will be 14 this year, y'all. Listen, I got all teenagers. I got 4 years for everybody to be grown, and I just can choose when I want to watch a kid. But let me tell you, the best part is in 4 years, we said that once the kids go, we're going to do 30 days on the road, up one end to the next, where nobody better not call us or ask us. We're going on a 30-day vacation when we drop them last, because you got to understand, I had Essence a month shy of my 21st birthday. So 20, I was pregnant for the most part. I had her the end of June, the beginning of August, I turned 21. So all through my 20s. And then once I had her, it was like, okay, she's out. And I would say, whatever don't come by 30, I ain't having. And them twins snuck in at 29. God got me for that mess. Be careful what you say. So because I said, well, don't come out by 30, ain't coming. He said, oh, she 29. We only got, this is all we got. So he put 2 up in me right then. So, but it was 2 boys, praise God.
2 up in you.
2 up in me. God put 2 up in me. He said, I got to get 2 more out. I.e. Rayvon and Rondell Jr. So at the end of the day, I'm like, I am so ready. If anybody knows, when I was younger, I definitely watched my siblings a lot, so much so that I was like, I'm not having any kids. But God was preparing me for who he called me to be. So I had 5. So for my life, I feel like I've been raising kids my whole life. So when I say that in 4 years, when she meet her will be, how old will I be? I'll be 48. I said, if somebody passes or if somebody lose their life while we on the road, and it ain't a funeral that we have to put together, don't call us, because they're gonna be dead when we get back. I don't do that.
That's a guarantee.
That's a guarantee. So do not interrupt our 30-day vacay for no bad news. Don't bring me no bad news. But I am very sure that's what no bad news. I don't want to hear no bad news. No bad news. Melissa says South Dakota isn't really on my bucket list, LOL, but I would love to see so many different places. I love to do full road trip though, every state, honestly. That would probably take a couple of months though. Yes, it would.
It will.
So we're gonna get on the he wants to get on the motorcycle, but I said only if we get the one with the seat in the back where I can like be in the seat. So that would be fun. And then we would just stay, at hotels along the way and eat at different places, all that. T told me, I'm so done with you, girl. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. We are so serious. So yeah, that's how we gonna do it. And we gonna get missing, and we deserve it because we did. We have worked.
Done your job.
Oh my God, we have worked, and they are aging out, and I'm proud of who they are right now. So I just can imagine who they will become. They will be okay for 30 days for sure, and they'll have Essence, their other mom, to help them out if they need anything.
And Serenity,
and Serenity, the other mom, right?
Honey,
they got
Serenity,
2 moms. We're actually going to take a little celebration because we're about to celebrate 21 years in March. And so I called the other mom. I said, Mom, and she's on spring break. So Essence swears she's my mom. Where she be kissing them. Okay, kids, I'm leaving. When she just came. So she swears she the other mom. So I said, okay, you come and you can watch them while we take our 21 years. So our marriage is about to be 21 years old. So we about to be grown and legal, honey. So we taking it on a grown and legal trip.
Oh, Lord.
So shout out if y'all want to go on a road with us. We shall be posting
a grown and legal trip.
A grown and legal trip.
And I just want to plug in my Serenity boo, who made us some homemade cupcakes.
Yes,
baby, they was good, honey.
Wasn't they delicious?
Good. You
Let
need
me go
you a cupcake. Get that thing, and look at how she brung it, y'all. So my husband was like, I want something sweet. So I was like, okay, well, we can get some cupcakes.
Purple is her favorite color. Can y'all tell?
Look at this, y'all.
You got it? Yeah, you can. I need y'all to see. She
Look
made
at
the
that.
icing from scratch.
Correct. And it
everything.
smells delicious.
And it's so thick and the icing is so fluffy,
Fluffy.
and like
Light and fluffy
and not
sweet.
too sweet.
Not too sweet.
Too sweet.
I said, oh, my boo-boo did that. And it was the last minute. You know, I called her.
Exactly.
And I was like, I know we can get it from store, but you know, I'm like, I'd rather give y'all this money. Let's get some homemade stuff if it's not too late, if you can do it. You know.
She was down for
4 to 6 cupcakes. You know, it was just us.
And she will be with me on February 25th. Her company is Too Sweet.
Oh, yes.
Serenity nickname is Tutu. And so her company name is Too Sweet. Too Sweet, Two Handle Forever Homemade. So the Tutu ass. So it's Too Sweet, it's Tutu. So it's Too Sweet, Two Handle Forever Homemade. And that's the name of her
homemade ingredients.
Ain't so she does carrot cake, she does pound cake, she does strawberry chocolate covered strawberry. She does it all.
It's Valentine's Day, y'all, tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, it is
tomorrow. Is
no way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tuesday. Yeah. I mean, but yeah. I was talking about what you want me to get. Nothing. I don't need no
we
day
don't,
of
and that's
love.
what I said. We don't.
Child,
we always got the kids, but I've never been the
every
one
day.
I never even really celebrated it. Like,
get me what? Because they say it's a day of love. It's a day of love every day.
Listen, because we married.
Ain't no play.
Over here, we screwing every day. So that's no special screwing day.
Ooh, that's that money.
We eating what we want every day. We having sex every day, so we don't have to wait for Valentine's Day for that. How about a Master P road trip? The prices in the Portland's live from the road. Now that would be some fun.
Oh my
Lord, that would be a nice handful of us.
Come on now.
Serenity is too talented. You already know it. You already know. They all are. I think Nene was making a homemade body scrub when I drop out. Yes, the Portland kids are the bar. Yes, she was.
Multi-talented, honey.
Yes, honey, because it's like we gotta be. Yes, honey, we had to teach them. Like Serenity was like, "Oh, I need to get me a job." I said, "Girl, why would you need to get a job? Jobs are for people who don't know what their gift is or don't know what Serenity." I said, "You need to get." I invested in her logo. I got it done. I brought her shirt. I got her stains. Like we got her containers. No, I invested in the dream. So if you looking for a job, Serenity, you are the job. You can make money every day. Your stuff is amazing. Cupcake sweets is $1 billion industry. You just need to get in the lane. You're young. They're gonna support you already because you're young, and your stuff is very good. There is not a person that eats her stuff and is not like, wait a minute.
Very good.
Everything is by far, get it out my house when I'm fasting. Like, please keep her away from me. So she compliments well with Rondell. Yep.
Just keep your name out there, boo.
That's it. So I told her to get with her marketing sister. Put her price points for a carrot cake, a half a dozen of fresh. All of it is homemade, so it's already special. So your time is valuable. Go ahead and get your thing up, and we're going to support, and we're going to make sure that Serenity knows that if you do you, then the work will be you. It will be added to you. You will be blessed in the stuff that you choose to do. So yeah, you don't got to go look for a job. You are the job. Get on your stuff. Invest in yourself, baby.
Come on now.
Invest in yourself.
Yes.
Shoot, Serenity needs Auntie Mel to make her an e-com. That's what she needs. She would love. Listen, that right there. I'd invest in her in a heartbeat. Tell her I will donate my service if she gets brave and decides to make her own biz. Oh, thank you, Auntie Mel.
Look, she is on it.
Yes, I think she would. Yes,
she on it. Let's go.
Yes. That's why
I said everybody just got a plug. It's the support plug. Let everybody know what it is, honey.
I will definitely tell her that. Yes, she would love that.
Get her website. Get her menu list. Plug her in.
And make sure that by next Valentine's Day she is the one to go through. But for birthdays and anniversaries and just you got a sweet tooth today. Yeah, holla at Serenity.
I want something sweet.
Too.
Just like that.
Too sweet, too handle, forever homemade. That
too
part.
Sweet to handle.
Let's get us a card because we almost done. We almost done.
Flipping them switches. We on task. Yes, we are.
with you guys. I'm telling you, it
I love
flies by. Like when I say fly by,
So entertaining.
fly by.
Educational.
We can get her a logo and brand her up and show her how it's done. She's more than capable of being her own boss, and she's got quite a tribe to help guide her. Girl, logo, everything done. We just gotta pivot. Logo, all that done. Her logo so cute. She love purples. Dang, do I have a picture of it that I can show?
The royal.
Yeah, her logo is done.
We just need to
get
her out
create,
there.
Yeah, that's it. Let me see.
That's why I said every time you think of spending money, like who can I give my money to? Like this is what I need. Who has this? This?
Especially with it being Black History Month, right? We need to learn to. Here we go.
Correct. Oh, okay. Oh, come on now.
So that's her logo.
Too sweet,
to handle. Forever homemade. I had got that done for her. What, about a year ago? So that look, isn't that gorgeous? Her favorite color is purple. And I didn't even tell them to put that little teal in it. So, that was just God. So when I gave her this, it was so surprised. So I got it done. And so she has t-shirts with it. I have it in regular and I have it in bling. I have a table cover that I put it on for her and a seat cover. So when she has events, we took her to an event one time. When we do an event, we took her and she had her t-shirt on. I had her purple seat cover that I put her logo on and her table cover that's purple like that with her logo on. She got stickers, trays. So I already got everything she needs. I just need her to follow through. And so this is it. We're going to get her going. So thank you, Kia, for shouting her out.
Absolutely.
Because I just was telling her, you already did the work, baby.
Yeah.
You figured out your gift. You figured out your talent. Every other day she invests in herself. Well, we invest in her, but she invests her time. Because she'll text me and be like, Ma, I need you to give me flour. I need you to give me this. I need you to give me this. I need you to give me this. And we come in. The other day she made cinnamon toast toast cupcakes from scratch. I was like, oh, I was on my fast, so I just had to watch everybody else eat it. So I never got to taste those ones yet. But she has some that she said she was gonna make us. There's some. Even in the book, it had like a Moscow Mule one that takes alcohol, and Chef Ron loved Moscow Mules, so she's about to. She said she was gonna make us a Moscow Mule cupcake. So that'll be a nice when we have an adult event for us. So yeah, so she's just that's what she does. So I'm just excited. Oh yes, Melissa, yep, that's Tutu logo. She's seen it. I remember we put it on one of Chef Ron. Yes, we did. Because she was doing it. So on the 25th, when I do the event that is Black Wall Street in Charlotte, I'm gonna post a flyer. She's gonna be there with me selling her dessert. So definitely, if you're in the Charlotte area on the 25th and you want to come to Black Wall Street, it's at the Second Adventist Church. I'm gonna post a flyer. She will definitely be there with her dessert.
Sell out quick.
Does Nene want to do anything as far as business too? She just want to get some when she flits, and I think she has a healing hand. She's starting to take CPC classes next year, even though it's her senior year. She'll do her whole half a year. She'll take 6 classes, and she says she'll fill it out. But I really think that she really likes the computer. When I'm having a problem with my prints and all that, she likes all of the digital. So I think we move her into the digital world, and she'll feel sufficient. But with all the businesses we have on this side, it's just her figuring out what she want to do and placing her in position to bring the momentum. So it's just like hiring where people hire you to give momentum from their jobs. I got to hire my kids and figure out where they're good at so they can give momentum. So Essence is marketing. So now I know she comes back in June. I have a marketing where she's always doing the PR. So she does the marketing where I got my flyers, I got my stuff. She'll promote and stay on top of that part. So yeah, but when it comes down to it, everybody's going to have a place to be in. Oh, now all I want to do is get on Ugrid with that logo and start building her store. My creative wheels are already spinning. Oh yes, she needs that.
She already going like, okay, well, we need to do this.
We need to do da. So
like,
yes,
give me something, honey.
Melissa be wide open, honey. That's a person for you, honey, because she gonna take it like them creative wheels. She ain't lying. We come back with 5 different versions. Okay, so here we go. We're gonna pull y'all card now for the day, so we can let y'all go, honey. Ooh. That flipped, I guess.
Flipped,
That's
it
what
said you we need this today. What else we need, Lord?
So go ahead, Kia. Mine's
What
jumped out.
What else we need,
The I am
Lord?
qualified jumped out, so I'm gonna have to receive that. And what's
And-
that one say? Back to the con.
I am kind.
We had the con on Friday, right?
Yes,
One of
we
a kind.
did.
I'm qualified. I'm
kind.
kind.
Come on now. Guess we gonna be kind again today.
Kind and qualified.
You
That
are
part.
kind and qualified.
So this is our I ams for today with our wake up
Yes.
and make today count. This has been Coffee and Conversations. I hope that I hope that, oh, yes, I'm kind and qualified. That part, it goes hand in hand. So I hope that this hour and 4 minutes have brought you guys some joy. Because let me tell you, we had to roll up out the bed. I mean, roll up out the bed. This is my Sabbath. And nothing makes me feel more fuller than spending my Sabbath doing the things that I love, which is talking. I love to talk to you guys.
Motivating,
I love to get some stuff off.
inspiring.
And so as we were saying, this was our morning things. We will always catch up and get our talks for the day out. And so I'm so glad Chef Ron suggested that we make it a show. And so Coffee and Conversations is about bringing y'all into our morning world. And we are kind of filtered because, honey, we talk a little bit more or less filtered, but, you know, we be mindful for the people.
Right.
But we love you.
Love
Thank you.
guys.
Have it a marvelous day. Don't forget that you are qualified for whatever it is that crosses your mind. You can create it. If God gave you the vision, He also gave you the skill set to be able to accomplish that thing. So always remember, I am qualified for every thought that enters my mind. All I have to do is get in action for my attraction with faith, freedom after insight to higher self. As long as you have faith in yourself, there is nothing that you can accomplish. So as we often said, as Melissa was just saying, it's time to flip those switches and remember that is a relay race and somebody is relying on you to turn your heartbeat into a soul beat in order to leave your soul print. Because the fingerprint tells us what you got wrong in this world, but the soul print, it tells us what you got right. And what God got right is you. So remember, you can never turn on anybody else's light, but you can provide enough light for them to find their switch. So stay lit in this world so somebody can find their way out of the darkness. It is your responsibility. Remember, responsibility, the ability of measurement in which you can respond. And so everybody has a certain sense of responsibility in them because there is a measurement in which you can respond to somebody.
You are capable within your capacity.
Your ability.
It's your responsibility. Don't look for nobody else to do it when you feel that spark in your soul. That means it's your responsibility.
That means it's your responsibility.
Don't look to the left. Don't look to the right.
Look inside.
It's you. So flip them switches and make today count.
So we love you guys.
Love you guys.
And we shall see you guys same time tomorrow. Well, more closer to 8:30, I think. 8:30,
8:40 ish, you know.
Catch us where you catch us.
We will let y'all know if we won't be live.
We love you too.
We're gonna put that
We'll put that note. We ain't coming.
Other than that, we 8:30, 8:40 ish. We here.
We're gonna be here.
So we will see y'all.
We'll see you tomorrow.
In the morning. Y'all have a good one and make today count.
Make today count.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Remind me tomorrow. And broadcast. They don't want us to go, y'all.